Hideo, you kind of just pop out of the floorboard again, or like run up to the group as they exit the room.
My head pops up out of the ground. Wait, guys!
You're just, you were rocked by that initial sound. This Shamisen playing is continuing. You feel yourself coiling from something. This is something different. This is something that is attacking your very soul. Sumie, when this happens, she's breathing heavily, and in a moment she calms herself, and pushing herself outwards, you notice something occur. From her body, a strange, membrane, spiritual in nature, appears from her, and it seems to encompass and wrap around all of you. You feel just a bit safer being within this range, but even then, this thing is tearing at you, and you need to find out where she is now. You find yourself rocking, and all you can tell right now is that the music being played is coming from anywhere in this direction.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see the arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anywhere from here. You're at a corner, so it's Marco Polo.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Oh.
Thanks, Sumie.
What a beautiful cacophony. Oh.
You start moving up a bit. Let me just give you a little margin. Alright, I think for this one I'll let you, so yeah, you step in through there.
Just gonna take a peek in here.
Everyone starts moving, but Junia, you spot something. At the edge of this room, you see torn paper and wood. As if the wall was cut open and moved through.
Is this a screen, paper wall?
Yes, it's like a screen wall. Yeah, the interior of the mansion is full of screen walls. So, yes, they seems like someone cut through with the intent of sneaking around.
Not so fast, friends. I think she may have fled this way.
Oh. Shou, this way.
Shou stops, turns on her heel and comes back.
You move through, and as you reach the wall, Junia, you hear a bustling of footsteps. She's on the move.
Okay, Junia is going to draw the Nagikasa and just make a clean, sweeping cut through the wall and leap through.
Oh.
Alright, you do so. You move forward and you crash partially into the furniture of the wall, but it seems to have been moved. Shoved quickly in an effort to pull in front of the door to leave the room.
Ah.
Shou's going to run into the next room, and, she's gonna sort of sprint past Junia, kick off of his back, slam into the mat on the floor, try to flip the bed and kick it through another wall.
Okay, sounds good.
Us another passage. Let me...
through this wall?
Yes. Let me see. That's where the sound's coming from, right?
The sound seems to be coming from, somewhere this way.
Yeah, she's doing it.
Okay, sure. You kick it forward and whack it into the wall. It does tear the wall. Unfortunately, on the other side, there's another drawer, which just completely takes and nothing happens over there.
Shou kicks the entire bed into the wall, doing a tatami mat flip. It flies, hits the wall, and then just awkwardly slides
back down.
Sorry.
I'm gonna hop forward into this room, and I'm looking at this wall right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to I'm gonna hop up onto this dresser and start slicing through the paper on the wall.
Ah, okay.
To see what's on the other side.
You quickly cut through, and peeking on the other side, you see a hallway.
Okay. Yeah, I'll hop out here.
Huh.
So, with that, Buru, it's you. It's your room.
Yeah, alright. Buru will start scurrying his way in as well. Do we know which way she went?
Shou points.
It's moved to the point where it directly seems like it's coming down from you.
Oh.
Almost. Yeah. After you've all kind of got here, you can kind of hear it from there.
Alright.
Sounds like it's coming from south.
Okay. Buru is gonna scurry to probably about here then, and then press his ear to the wall to see if he can hear anything, because he can't attack right now.
Oh, it's coming from that room.
Oh yeah, she's in here, kids.
All right, you So as that, Sume moves up, and again she spreads her protection to everyone. And as that occurs, the sound of the instrument, the shamisen, its strange nature, once again plays throughout your minds, tearing away at your heart, your soul, your body. It seems that the strings coming out are something far beyond the simple kinds of sounds you would hear from any sort of instrument. This is something else, as if the very vibrations in the air are cutting into your body, through your flesh, through your bones. You feel yourself getting this imposingness, but you almost feel like Sumie, in particular, uses a little more of her energy. You see her pushing herself extra hard to give everyone a +1 to their rolls. So, Junya, you just pass.
Oh,
Okay.
awesome.
And she'll actually push herself just a little bit further to give Buru an extra +1. So, that's actually +2 to everyone. She's gonna be dropped to 0 and have to re-roll her health to stay in. But you two do manage to avoid, as you see her stressing and pushing back against this energy which seems to almost tear at her in particular. Hideo, you feel something strange occurring inside of you. I'm just gonna mark that.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Sumie pushes back against this, and holding things firm, you all continue moving. Now, who would like to go first? Buru, you're right there if you want to, but someone else could as well.
Yeah, and these are like paper walls, right?
Yes, yes.
Alright, Buru, I assume, can just push through as a
Just
burly...
walk right through.
Yeah. So, am I allowed to do that? Just like...
Yes, yes.
Okay, so Buru...
Describe how you break through these plastic or paper walls.
Let's see here. Buru is gonna just pull out his Tetsubo and just smash through it as best as he can, and then shoulder bash through the rest of it. And I'm gonna do a full-on charge, just in a straight line as best as I can.
Okay. That's actually a pretty interesting convenience, because she's right in front of you, so...
fantastic! Yeah, can I just, like, football tackle her through a wall?
Yes, you can. You absolutely can. You charge through, and surprise, for a moment, the music stops as you just bash through the wall with her, shoving through as you knock back. Someone sick and idled on the bed. She bashes against the wall, taking 6 damage, as she just kind of coughs up black blood upon the floor, and slowly strums again. Upon her turn, she continues playing and slides out through the door, and moves. You can tell very well and even communicate to people that she is moving this way. This way.
Yeah. She's heading west!
Shou is going to, without even a second thought, run over. She is going to grab Junya, run into the hallway, pick him up, and then fucking throw him. Just
All
like,
right, you do so.
twisting, turning, she's gonna bodily chuck him down the hallway.
All right. You bodily chuck him down the hallway. You notice something down the hallway.
What do we notice?
A sickly green-skinned
Oh,
priest
shit.
in red robes holding his head. He seems to stare forward. You're chucking something. Oh god, he's chucking. He throws his head across the room at you. It seems to uncoil. An insanely sickly long neck strikes forward as you hear the cackling of an older man. He moves forward, the head basically flying directly at you in return.
Okay.
Guys, we fucked up. We didn't find Mr. Majestic before we started our heist. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, as Junya is grabbed bodily and flung, he kind of thinks to himself like, this is happening. And he goes with it, because this is the kind of shit they do. So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my parasol from before, and as he is flung through the air, he begins spinning, holds the parasol out, and just becomes like a Katamari of whirling parasol blade, just pinballing down the hallway.
Fantastic.
So, Yeah, you toss forward, chucking, despite your beleaguered, injured, and torn apart state, the vibrations resonating through your bones, you still toss him forward. And Junior, you spin. The head flies across, and you slice and incision every single part of this. Wordlessly, the old man's neck seems to fly off, and you land around here.
Yeah, okay.
And now, as a villain turn, she's going to continue fleeing, playing the instrument.
Further west! Oh.
Alright. I'm gonna jump. I'm just gonna run, hit this wall and just keep running.
Yeah, actually, real quick. You do have one option. I should make it you aware. There's a door here. That door does shortcut, if you would like to take that way.
Oh.
Alright.
Okay.
You step through that door. Sorry, that was a GM bastard mood. I just wanted you to come in here. You step through the door, and on the table you see some Oni thing standing straight up. It turns to you as soon as you enter. Ha ha ha! You're facing the pepperoni!
Jesus.
Okay.
He steps off.
If you had asked me what will we find in this room, this would not have been near the top of the list.
He stands up. Take this! He hands you a pepper. Eat it! Eat it! Eat it! Eat it!
What would happen if you ate it?
What an interesting idea! He eats one himself. Delicious! He takes off one from his earring. Here, have a special one in that case. Thank you for giving me the treat.
Thanks for giving me this thing that was on your ear. I eat it.
Alright, you eat it. You take 3 damage.
Yeah, fair.
As the pepper burns your mouth.
Fair.
However, you're so wired due to that pepper, you get an extra d6 against emotional attacks.
Oh.
With that, he kind of steps back and seems content.
Okay, bye.
You have passed the pepper challenge.
Great.
Holy shit.
Oh, fuck.
You step through and immediately she just her eyes kind of go wide as she stands next to you. She's surprised. She doesn't attack you or do anything immediately. She's kind of stunned.
Stab her.
Instead, yeah, if you want to, you could still stab her.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab and just say, as I get the stabby in, I'll just say, hey, your playing's pretty good.
You cause a gash to appear. Black covers the red kimono as blood seeps out. This time, however, she doesn't stop. Her hands tense up and she continues playing. Real quick, let me, over here, Shou, you, kind of stand there, recovering a bit. Sumie's, okay, time to... And then you hear a voice. Ha! Damn brats! Not respecting me, an elder! A priest who knows so much! What? And on the floor, the severed neck of the beast twirls up, almost like a snake with a head on top. It wraps around, gripping and biting at Sumie's heels.
Oh, no!
It is not dead. It has simply lost its body. Sumie sees this thing. He's like, "You disrespectful brat!" It crawls up and bites at her heel. She moves her foot up and smashes his skull against the ground and keeps moving. Sorry. She moves ahead. So let's see. Normally, she's out of range from you right now, from everyone. She's going to, for every target, take 1 HP damage to thrust out the range further. And after that, she just kind of stretches. You notice the jellyfish aura, the protective membrane stretching around, reaching all the way to you, Shou, and wrapping around the walls to assumably reach everyone else. After that, she moves, and dodging into the dojo, she simply seems to disappear, but not before the resounding bowstrings once again strike against your consciousness, all of you. Hideo, your heart is beating, your mouth is burning, but your mind is still clear. You hold yourself firm, Instead of passing out due to failing the roll, you're cleared of your fatigue condition, and you are once again maintain the motivation to keep moving forward. She's moved inside the dojo.
She's in the dojo!
The pepperoni is so powerful!
So, now that's turn restart now that she's done that. Hideo, would you like to move inside the dojo?
Yeah.
Alright. Opening the sliding door, which has honestly been cracked open already, you hear the sound of the bowstring stop as you reach that point. And shoving open the door, you head inside. You see her standing once more by these swords. A crimson red. She looks down, sees you enter, and in that moment, whatever hesitation she has is gone. She takes one of the swords from there and turns around to face you.
It's not too late. You can call this off.
I'm afraid it is too late. She unsheathes the sword and stands there in the stance of the crane, a sword style you have only fought once before. The dojo is prevalent, clean, but yet still holding a malevolent energy. And she simply seems to stand, holding and waiting for your next action, very intently.
You know, you play the Shamisen pretty good. Your handwriting sucks. I pull the diary out. I'm taunting her.
Mm-hmm. Alright. You say that, and she seems stilled. I would thought as much. My room was destroyed after all. She kind of begins moving forward, leaving her comfortable stance and getting closer. Hence why it's too late.
I'm just gonna keep my distance and continue berating her.
Mm-hmm.
Like you idiot. It's no wonder that you weren't already caught. Yeah, hiding it in a secret compartment. That was the first place I looked.
These idiots wouldn't be searching for something like that. They take what they want at face value. That's all they care about. She starts moving closer, getting more and more aggressive away from the stance.
And so I'm going to, as I start to get cornered, I'm gonna, hop up against the wall and kind of wall run out to the side again. Just to keep away from her while I keep on, laying a verbal smackdown on her.
Yeah.
Your makeup looks like trash.
She keeps moving forward. Yeah, you do that. You keep your distance. You're moving. She's getting more and more frustrated. She attempts to swing at you, but you back away, basically. And as you do that, she stops slightly. I am just a fool. But... And in that moment, there's a calmness.
Shou, on the very edge of consciousness, is going to stumble forward. She's going to grab this old man's head off the ground. If he's still alive. Is he not? Actually, he might have gotten smashed. Is he alive?
He's got smashed.
Okay,
he's not
fine.
alive.
Whatever. She's going to kick open this door.
Ah!
Walk up to the pepperoni. Give me a pepper.
Okay, he takes one off and gives it to her.
She eats it.
Hang on, no you don't. No, you don't.
Oh.
This pepper clashes with you.
Oh no!
You move, you eat the pepper. Holy fuck, that's spicy! Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
Did you just knock yourself out to eat a fucking pepper?
Shou walks
you
forward, eats the pepper. Holy shit, that's spicy, and then fucking passes out on the floor. Oh wait, do I take 3 damage?
You take 6.
Oh yeah, no, she passes out on the floor.
Hey?
Thwack!
She kind of smacks it. Come on. You're out cold, aren't you?
Oh yeah, no, that's all my dice.
Yeah. Yeah. Sume gets you up, though when you awaken again, it's like at that 0 HP thing, you cannot do much at all. You are basically grabbed. I'm gonna do my best to get you back up to fighting shape, okay? Let's go.
She, her face and mouth are burning. She's looking anywhere for, water.
What the?
Sume actually casts a spell to create fresh water and splashes it in your mouth, face, just...
Pepperoni! Her hands reaching towards the ceiling. Pepperoni! She passes out.
Gonna handle that too well. Hey, you want a pepperoni?
Big,
He goes over to the two of them and has two in his hand. Take the pepperoni! Eat it! Eat it!
you know what? Why not?
Okay.
Why not? It killed my friend. How bad could it be?
It's real fucking spicy.
Because I have beef bull, do I have any form of defense against this spiciness as a...
You only take one damage.
I'll happily take that. That's great. Yeah, that's
Excellent.
that's
He
fine.
moves back and stands on top of the table again and waits for another person to enter.
All spice, no flavor. Kind of disappointing.
Spicy! No! Come on, Shou! She grabs Shou and starts taking
Hey,
her.
hold on. I got an idea. I don't know how well this is gonna help her.
Huh?
Buru comes running up behind her. I'm gonna give her one of my my Buru boxes, which allows you to once per combat restore. You roll 2 dice, 2d6s, and then keep 1.
Oh, that's
All right.
good.
So you can keep that one, and you'll be up to that, and you can restore your
Oh, beautiful 2 HP!
I tried.
So
It may be wise to not be on red anymore.
I don't have any other dice
That's
left.
true.
Wait, no. Yeah. Shou gets up with 2 HP. Oh, thank you for the milk. Everything hurts.
Hey,
I
kid.
hear peppers work, but getting into like your like saliva membranes or something. I think my body's one big membrane.
Hey, kiddo. Maybe you sit out the rest of this fight, hey?
Okay.
Yeah.
She's like crying.
Oh.
She's in fucking agony.
She's like one of those people in the eating a ghost pepper challenge
Yeah.
videos.
Oh,
She
Yeah.
absolutely is just like she inhaled instantly and is fucking coughing and
Yeah.
spluttering.
just keep drinking milk.
Just fighting for my life, guys.
Yeah.
Me too.
Don't-
Shou says jumping into the pool.
Don't worry. I got a plan. You see something green being coiled around Buru's arm that's being pulled into the room.
Junya comes limping around the corner. So after he pinballed down the hallway, he was like still spinning when the next wave of music hit and fucked him up, so he just like fell over onto his parasol and broke it.
Oh,
That's why he doesn't have.
Oh my God,
That's why he doesn't
guys.
have blue anymore.
Yep.
Oh my god. You want a Buru box?
What's happened to her? No.
You hear as you run over and see, you hear the sound of a sword meeting metal on the other side of the dojo. CMA's attention snaps. Let's
Come
go.
on.
Let's go.
You see, Buru's just gonna try and burst through here as quickly as he can, and he will,
You drag a soggy jellyfish into the fight.
No, he's not taking her. He drags her. He thought she was drowning or something.
She's trying to.
run her
He
way
gently
down.
sets her down on the grass and then just charges in here after these guys.
She moves in the slash, but Hideo, you easily move around again.
Not much of a swordsman, are you?
That seems to incense her as she moves forward again, trying to slice at you. Moving and cutting a bit out of her ability. She is currently barraging you with blows, thrusting into you, and in a moment when you get quartered against the wall, you jump against the wall and move forward, causing this sword pedestal and behind you to collapse.
Mm-hmm.
The sword spilling to the ground, and you land behind her, over here in the center of the room. She stops for a moment, breathing. She turns around and sees the group all assembled, panting, but all still up, all still going. Except for Shou, who's pretty much...
Oh,
she stops, and she looks down, seeing the sword again. No, calm down. Calm down. Come on. Hideo, you hear something. It's strange. For a moment you think you hear, come on now. That's not how you swing a sword. And for a moment it just kind of goes again. That's strange. Shou, however, you see a bit more than that. Across the room, something seems to appear. A voice. Come on now. Hold yourself forward and wait. When I strike at you, simply flow against my blade. Wait for the opportunity and strike. I believe in you, Yuuko. Your training is going wonderfully. Come on. Keep an upper chin. You can do it. Hideo, you just see her simply step forward. She takes a deep breath. She seems more composed now as she moves forward, assuming once more the stance of the sword style of Crane. And with a very solid motion, she goes in front of you. It's going to be a clash again.
Once I start seeing the rest of you come in, I actually draw my sword and have to look like I'm fighting with a sword. And so, pretty much as she comes in, I'm just gonna do a quick little shout just to catch her off guard, like so that she's not 100% focused. And it's at that point that I clash swords and am preparing to lay down my attack.
Okay, you do so. You slice forward. You do distract her for a single moment with the yell. And when you come forward, there seems to be a difference in the style. She seems to be fighting more in line with how she's supposed to, how the sword style of the Crane is known. You swing in, going in for a cut. She deflects, but you still manage to chip her shoulder, slicing and causing black blood to spill. A blow that should have been a lot more damaging than that. You see that she remains resolved.
I'm going to slash horizontally forward and sort of roll back at the roll back as the sword swings back around to kind of put some distance between us.
All right.
Force her to have to come closer to me and my allies.
With a powerful step, she moves forward. Something strange seems to happen. As the Crane style on the defensive, she seems to keep up the aggression for just a moment, moving in. On your slight, she takes the momentary advantage that was prevalent in your backwards dash, and if it wasn't for the fact that you were a little bit quicker than her, you would have faced a sword straight through your gut. Instead, however, you managed to chip her again, and she takes a little bit of damage as you keep dancing with her. A dance that has grown so much more deadly. It's her turn again, and then it'll be someone else's.
Oh, shit. Hideo!
She, however, taking advantage of that moment, slices forward with a second blow. You've been knocked a bit off your footing, but there seems to be something missing. You can read a bit of her style, something strange about it. Well, not strange due to the nature of the style, but more as like a strangeness with the way the style is executed. It feels so incomplete, so much as it is missing. No, straighten up your back. Keep moving. And once more, she attempts to pull back into the defensive. Her offensive blows are far from perfect, but on the defensive, on her fundamentals, she seems to be quite capable.
Buru, you guys noticed earlier, was wrapping something green around his arm. It was the neck of that strange demon or whatever. And what he does is, it's pretty gruesome. He takes the end of the neck, wraps it around the loop of the Tetsubo, ties it, and then he's going to sprint forward as far as he can, and then whoo, just throw it straight at her head to see if it can make contact.
You jab forward, sending this long-necked head at her, and very suddenly, you push that, and it kind of whips around Hideo, catching her by surprise. The Tetsubo slams into her back, knocking her forward and aside a bit. Regardless, she seems to mitigate it slightly by almost moving forward, away from the blow, and just pressing very firmly against the floor. However, it seems that she's getting pretty haggarded. You notice the black blood pouring out very, very quickly.
That's an old technique I used to use. Used to use a chain, but devil neck will work.
She, makes a motion to, thrust her swords forward, like a single pin needle against you, Hideo. You stumble back once more, being jabbed through with a sword, her sword, piercing through right near your gut. You grab it quickly. That's a pretty bad spot to be stabbed. You stumble back, and you have to switch over.
Yep.
Simply taunting her doesn't seem to work anymore.
That's alright. I'm gonna kick her in her fucking head.
Alright. Junia, it'll be your turn now.
Junya sees this shit, and he dropped his parasols earlier, so he just draws his last one, which is the Nagikasa, and kind of levels it at her from across the room. You foolish blinkered woman! A lifetime in pursuit of beauty! How could you be this blind? How could you use such a beautiful art to cause violence against the innocent? He's going to charge across the room. She heard his boy.
Oh, she did.
He plants the blade in the mat about halfway, kind of pole vaults across the room, and is going to come at her with a spinning strike through the air.
Shit.
She moves up. She's prepared to strike, but you seem to have exploited a weakness. This style has no counter for someone throwing themselves wild in the air against you, besides sweeping upwards. She doesn't time her DP in time. Anyways, you swing through the... How do you swing in front of her?
As he sort of appears in front of her, he does a single sort of like helicopter blade chop designed to get her to try to guard one side when he actually swaps around to strike the other. And he wants to kind of just like get the haft of the Naginata in her side and whip around her.
Okay. You, managed to pull that off. She successfully guards the first feint blow. She didn't call your feint, a sign of inexperience. However, speed and passion behind the blade manages to whip her back, but you do manage to catch her, moving behind her and sliding the Naginata blade along her side, spilling black blood. She seems to stumble back heavily. She's now... She holds herself. She holds the blade once again. She sacrifices her inky black color, and with that, the entire place Shou. You don't think, no, this certainly isn't you hallucinating from barely being conscious. This is something else. You notice it, and in that moment she stands. Reflection again, no longer visible in a form, but simply coming from the room. Come on, Yuuko. I believe in you. You can inherit this style. You absolutely can. She pulls the sword once more, swinging forward, and with that, she redirects her blade, shoving backwards and cutting against Buru.
Oh boy. And I'm red, so...
So that's gonna clash.
Yeah.
She's getting slow, getting sluggish. It seems that so much blood has spilled from her body that the Squid Ink's actual enhancement ability no longer affects her body. Beyond that, she is most likely dizzy, too.
Buru is just going to do a forward kick to launch her backwards, but what she has forgotten is that the neck is still connected to the Tetsubo, which is back over there. So he yanks it as hard as he can as she's flying to hit her in the back and pull her back to right where she is, so she doesn't get away.
Okay. That's great. You do that. You knock her back, and the Tetsubo dragging back, she seems to spatter across the ground, barely recovering back up to her feet, but injured beyond belief. You swore you cracked a bone.
Come on. Just surrender. I get the feeling that this used to be your home, and they tarnished it. And I'm sorry for that.
She holds herself firm. Something seems to occur in her, she thinks.
Oh shit.
As she does that, something kind of seems to wash over the area for a moment. Everyone can kind of feel this. Only Shou can particularly see this, however. And in a moment, she holds herself still once again. You see stuff start to kind of pop out and appear from just this place. And as you begin to see these visions start to appear, however, she picks up the blade again.
Shou's gonna get up.
It is Shou's turn, yeah.
Yeah, Shou.
And very, very, very slowly drag her way across the fucking dojo. Definitely verge of death due to all of the music and also fucking peppers. she wanders into the middle of it, not really sure how to process all of the things she's seen. So she's going to focus in and enter the stance of the transient sting.
You feel yourself putting your hand on the sword. A voice calls to you, very lightly for a moment. Good job. That looks exactly how I'd do it, actually. Just hold yourself tight and focus. You can feel the world around you.
Oh, dope. She feels that presence, behind her. Finally puts two and two together. Opens her eyes from that place of deep focus. Looks at her opponent and just says, "Who is he? The guy you're thinking about?"
She stops for a moment, holding her blade and kind of turning her head. Perceptive.
Shrugs. I got somebody like that too, so yeah. I'm sorry. Sorry about all of this, but she puts her hand on her sword.
She seems to stumble back for just a split moment. She sees herself surrounded on all sides. She holds her blade. You notice she sheathes her own blade for a split moment. Of course, an Iaijutsu strike. That seems like it would fit in this style. You notice the blood pooling from her hands, spilling into the sheath of the blade. She holds herself firm and simply waits, and kind of staring all around her for who will strike first.
Okay.
Yet her attention seems most focused on Shou in this moment.
She focuses down for a second, remembers everything that her father taught her, brings it together, and then realizes in that moment it won't be enough. She touches her sword, flips it around, unlocks her elbow, and assumes the stance of Hijizuru style.
A stance of perfect offense to mimic the stance of perfect defense. You string yourself forward. The blade flies quicker than you've seen before from her, the blood slickening on the blade itself, pulling outwards. The mistake she made was believing you'd block.
Shou moves in a split-second understanding pure offense. Her entire body on the verge of death with literally nothing left to lose, dashing through her, and in a moment, almost as quick as the wind itself, she lands on the other side, teetering on an uneasy step. Hijizuru style isn't about looking pretty. It isn't about winning the fight gloriously. Hijizuru style is about fighting back, and she looks up at the ceiling as a spurt of blood slicks the mats. It's about winning.